You sit down to focus for just 2 hours, but after 20 minutes, you're already reaching for your phone. Sounds familiar? It's not your fault. Your brain is hijacked by dopamine addiction from social media. But here's the mind-blowing part. Japanese students regularly study for 12 hours straight during exam season without losing focus. So what's their secret? Your teachers never told you this, but the reason you can't focus isn't because you're lazy, it's because you've been trained wrong. Western productivity culture tells you to take breaks every 25 minutes. But your brain treats this like giving a sugar addict just one more cookie. You're training your mind to expect constant rewards. Be honest, how many times have you tried the Pomodoro technique only to find yourself scrolling TikTok during those productive breaks? That's not your fault, it's biology. There's something called attention residue, and it's the silent destroyer of deep work. Every time you switch tasks, part of your brain stays stuck on the previous activity. But what if you could rewire your brain for marathon focus? Japanese students have been doing it for generations. Not by fighting their biology, but by working with it. You don't need to read 300 research papers on neuroscience. I've already done the heavy lifting for you. Here are 11 proven techniques they use to achieve laser focus without mental fatigue. Let's dive in. 1. Focus momentum, the samurai approach to concentration. Most people think focus is about willpower, but Japanese students know it's about momentum. Think of your attention like a car. The hardest part isn't maintaining speed, it's getting started. Once you're moving, stopping actually takes more energy than continuing. So how do you build this momentum? Simple. Start with the most boring, tedious task first. Sounds counterintuitive, right? But when you begin with something that requires zero creativity, your brain settles into work mode without resistance. It's like warming up before a workout. Once you're moving, everything else flows naturally. Once you're in this state, transitioning to harder tasks feels effortless. 2. The whisper technique. Slowing your reading. When you read silently, you probably hear the words in your head at normal talking speed. Most people rush through material this way, barely processing what they're reading. Japanese students do something different. They deliberately slow their internal voice to barely above a whisper. This forces your brain to process every single word instead of skimming over them. You physically cannot rush through material when your mental voice is moving in slow motion. It feels strange at first, but the comprehension boost is incredible. Western students speed read and forget everything. Japanese students whisper read and remember it all. 3. The dopamine reset. Western culture fills every moment with stimulation, but Japanese students do something radical. They embrace purposeful boredom. This isn't about meditation or breathing exercises, it's about starving your brain of dopamine hits right before you need to focus. Here's how they do it. 5 minutes before studying, they sit in complete silence. No phones, no music, no planning, just emptiness. This resets their dopamine baseline and makes even boring tasks feel engaging by comparison. It's like fasting before a meal. Everything tastes better when you're truly hungry. 4. Single-track mastery, the craftsman approach to subjects. Instead of jumping between math, science, and history in the same day, Japanese students dedicate entire days to single topics. Monday is math, Tuesday is literature, Wednesday is science. This isn't just scheduling, it's training your brain to go deeper instead of wider. Every time you switch subjects, your brain needs 20 minutes to fully transition. By staying on one track all day, you eliminate this mental friction and achieve laser focus. When you're not constantly starting over, your mind can go impossibly deep. This is actually what Cal Newport calls deep work in his research. He studied how knowledge workers achieve their best results and found the exact same pattern Japanese students have been using for decades. 5. Discomfort acceptance, embracing the mental burn. Here's what separates Japanese students from everyone else. They don't fight mental fatigue, they welcome it. When your brain starts to hurt from focusing, that's not a signal to take a break. It's a signal that you're building mental strength. Western students panic when focusing gets hard. They reach for coffee, take breaks, or check messages. Japanese students sit with the discomfort, knowing it's their brain rewiring itself for deeper concentration. The key insight? Focus isn't supposed to feel good all the time, it's supposed to build mental calluses. 6. The pressure cooker method, artificial urgency creation. Japanese students don't wait for real deadlines to create focus. They manufacture urgency. They set aggressive micro deadlines throughout their study session. Finish this chapter in 45 minutes, then start a timer. Not for breaks, but for specific completion targets. Your brain evolved to focus intensely under time pressure. By creating artificial urgency, they trigger the same neural pathways that helped our ancestors survive. Western students study leisurely and wonder why they can't concentrate. Japanese students race against self-imposed clocks and achieve laser focus. 7. Physical positioning, the forward lean advantage. Most students slouch back in their chairs like they're watching Netflix. This relaxed posture sends a signal to your brain that it's time to zone out. Japanese students maintain a slight forward lean throughout their study sessions, like they're always on the edge of standing up. This posture keeps your nervous system in a state of alertness. Your brain interprets the forward lean as something important is happening and maintains higher focus levels. It's the difference between lounging and being ready for action. The moment you slouch back, your mind starts to drift. The moment you lean forward, your attention sharpens. 8. The hunger advantage. Using discomfort as fuel. Most people think they need perfect comfort to concentrate. Japanese students discovered the opposite. Mild hunger actually sharpens focus. They deliberately study 3 to 4 hours after their last meal, when their stomach is slightly empty. Here's the science. When you're hungry, your brain releases orexin, a neurotransmitter that increases alertness and attention. Your mind becomes laser sharp because historically, finding food required intense concentration. Japanese students harness this biological advantage while Western students snack their way to brain fog. 9. Energy mapping, surfing your mental peaks. Most people fight their natural rhythm, trying to focus when their brain is already exhausted. Japanese students do something smarter. They map their energy and work with it, not against it. They tackle their hardest subjects during peak hours and save mindless review for when they're drained. Here's the key insight. Your brain has predictable energy cycles throughout the day. Fighting these cycles is like swimming upstream. Japanese students study when they're sharpest, organize when they're moderate, and review when they're tired. By matching task difficulty to mental energy, they get more done in less time while feeling less depleted. 10. Social isolation, the monk approach. Most Western students study in groups, cafes, or common areas. Japanese students do something radical. They isolate themselves completely. No roommates, no study partners, no background conversations. Total social disconnection during focus time. Here's what's happening. Even when you think you're ignoring people around you, part of your brain is constantly monitoring them. Every person nearby is a potential interruption your subconscious has to process. Japanese students eliminate this background mental load entirely, freeing up that processing power for deep work. 11. Scent anchoring, the smell-focus connection. Japanese students use the same subtle scent every time they study, usually a mild tea or incense. This isn't about relaxation, it's about conditioning. Their brain learns to associate that specific smell with deep focus, creating an instant trigger for concentration. Smell bypasses your conscious mind and directly affects the limbic system. By pairing a consistent scent with focused work, they create a Pavlovian response. Walking into their study space and catching that familiar smell immediately shifts their brain into work mode. The choice is yours. Think about the last time you achieved something meaningful, maybe learning an instrument or mastering a difficult game. You didn't need constant breaks or rewards. You got absorbed and lost track of time. That's exactly what these techniques create, a state where 12 hours feels like 2. So here's your choice. Keep relying on willpower and inconsistent 25-minute focus sprints, or start training your attention like a Japanese student today. The top 1% won't just watch this and scroll away. They'll pick one technique and implement it immediately. The question is, will you? Now it's your turn. Choose one of these methods and try it for just 3 days. Let me know in the comments which technique transformed your focus. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on peak performance and productivity. Master your mind one technique at a time. That's the real game changer.